I don't really think about it at all.
The only time I really think about it is when I'm working out.
Don't think about it whenever you're doing something. Don't let it bother you.
All of these young men lead normal, healthy, busy lives, going through their daily activities, giving little thought to the one thing they have in common: hemophilia.
Hemophilia is a condition when you are not producing a coagulation factor that you need to make the blood clot. It's carried by the X chromosome, so that's why only the males are the ones who manifest the disease.
Take a deep breath, right?
Most hemophilia patients, like young Rhett Presti, are able to control the condition with regular preventative infusions of clotting factor. It's one of the inconveniences that families learn to take in stride. But the initial diagnosis of hemophilia can be quite difficult.
I'm a carrier for hemophilia, which means my father was a hemophiliac. I knew there was always a possibility that he would be born with hemophilia. But when he was born and they diagnosed him, it was very traumatic because it was just like a wave of, just remembering all the traumatic times I had with my dad. But I think that's what traumatized me, the hardship and all the pain that, he had lived with. So for the first 6 months was pretty hairy.
We are never prepared to hear that our kid's going to have a problem that's going to be carried on through his life. So besides going through the panic, we need to go through certain steps to try to first confirm where we are, understand better where we are, and then make a plan. The diagnosis is not the end, it's actually the beginning of a series of steps that are done to try to provide the best quality of life for that child who's now here in this world with hemophilia.
I felt like I had been pretty well prepared, but it was still a shock to me. I still felt sad for my son, wondering what is he going to be able to do. And I allowed myself to grieve for 3 days. I said, I have to be able to feel bad for him, but then I have to get over it and be there for him and be supportive and not hold him back and encourage him to do the things that he could, and that's what I did.
With proper exercise and the knowledge of how to take care of the problem, you can do anything.
Well, maybe not anything, but boys and men who have hemophilia succeed in all walks of life and at all types of pastimes and activities. Peter Marcano, for instance. Despite severe hemophilia, he played varsity basketball in high school, but he also has other interests outside the world of sports.
Acting, that was my non-athletic interest. I wanted to act, I can't remember when. When I was young, when I was in high school, I was in the theater and drama program, and that was the first time I actually did anything, acting-wise, and I loved it.
Like Peter, Adam Sanvey has a wide range of interests. He loves animals and has a creative side as well.
I like to ride horses, definitely play guitar a lot. I really wanted to play hockey, but I really wasn't able to do that very much because of hemophilia, but I just try and do whatever I like to do. I don't let hemophilia hold me back to anything.
Adam's natural tendencies lean towards music and art, and I think these are things that he really passionately loves and that will carry him through for the rest of his life.
John Celierno was 12 when he learned of his hemophilia. Already an accomplished basketball player, he took the news as an opportunity to develop his other talents.
The summer that I found out I had it, I was sitting home all day, and I started watching that cooking channel. And I started cooking with my mom a lot. And now I'll make dinner a lot of times, like if she's not home.
John is one of many young people who have taken part in the You Can Be a Star program, a series of events sponsored by the Hemophilia Center at Newark Beth Israel Medical Center. Classes in music and cooking were among the programs that helped hemophilia patients learn about activities they can enjoy.
I think it's great because those programs enable Rhett to identify and relate to children like him.
Educating a kid empowers the kid to let them make their own decisions with the good criteria and thinking that a good decision will preserve him from complications.
Through these events, I've started to meet other parents, and there's certain things that have happened to us through the years that really it's nice to be able to talk to other parents about. For instance, when Adam was about 4 months old, they had put a temporary port in his hand. And when we went to a restaurant, we could see people looking at us very strangely, like, what did you do to that baby? And the other mothers had told me that that had also happened to them, where they would have people accuse them of abusing their child. But now, if somebody were to say something, I wouldn't hesitate to explain what's going on.
Dawn's experience talking with other parents proves the point that a support network is a very valuable entity. People in similar situations can offer moral support, medical references, and lots of honest advice.
Listen to the doctors, but always listen to yourself, and read as much as you can, and listen to your son. But even though you hear advice from doctors, you still have to investigate on your own and always ask questions.
Learn about it, talk to your doctors, and become the advocate for your child. Let him do as much as you possibly can. Don't hold him back. Muscle development is good. Let him run, let him jump and play.
It's a process. I don't think you could tell, someone who has never had any experience with hemophilia that things are going to be okay. I think it's something that they have to just live on a daily basis, and just to try to keep the focus on this child that you have, not the hemophilia.
This is a very manageable situation. A lot of progress has been made since the 50s to make the life of hemophiliacs and their caregivers much easier than in the past, and much safer also.
Look out for them, make sure they don't hurt themselves too much. Sometimes make sure that they don't get hurt at all, because then it could be dangerous. And just be a big brother or sister.
Well, whatever interests you had before, I think you should just do whatever you can to actually fulfill that, because I really loved guitar before everything, and now I'm playing on stage and everything.
The best thing now for my son is to encourage him to do things, to not feel sorry for himself, to understand that he has it, it's a lifelong condition, but that there's medicine out there, that he can live a normal life, and anything that he wants to do, he can. He might have to be treated first, but he loves it enough, he doesn't have to be held back by it.
I want kids to know, and I want the parents to know, and not to be too hard on the kid. Let him live. Let him live his life. Let him enjoy his youth, There's too much technology out there. There's medicines out there for them. Just let them live. Let them run free, Just let them do what they want to do.
With proper precautions and the right attitude, anyone with hemophilia can live a very rich and fulfilling life. And if you are one of the many who live with this disorder, don't let it stop you from having fun and being a success.
Because you can be a star.
You can be a star.
This program was made possible by a generous grant from the ZLB Behring Foundation for research and advancement of patient health.